The great mystery that Allah gave to water. Nothing is ever what it seems. The water that gives you life today might drown you tomorrow. Have you ever wondered if water, one of the greatest gifts of Allah Azza, hides some mysteries? And what if I told you that water has emotions like humans and is influenced by goodness and wickedness? Can it feel joy or anger in the face of injustices and wrongdoings like we do? Scientific research has shown that water might have sensations similar to those of living beings. A researcher conducted an experiment to prove this. He filled 4 jars with rice and water, then whispered 4 different words, chosen by him, to the water in each jar every night. And the results, you ask? Do you know what that means? A large part of the human body and the planet is made up of water. The information you are about to discover could be useful for the rest of your music life. Let's start with a question. In the past, when we had a bad dream, our elders advised us to open the tap and tell our dream to the running water. Do you think those who believed in this were ignorant, or were they aware of a great mystery that we are unaware of? If you think that telling your dream to water is absurd, it would be wise to watch this video until the end, because the bad situation in the world, all the negativities we experience, the rapid increase in diseases lately, and even their remedy might unexpectedly be encrypted in water. If you are ready, let's begin. Let's go back to the beginning. According to a hadith of our Prophet, in the beginning there was nothing, only Allah. And according to this hadith, the throne of Allah, that is, His place, was above the water. Long after the creation of the earth and the sky, Allah sent this mysterious substance to our planet and life began. The earth is like a unique work of art. Then it meets man. Time passes, and we reach our time. Humanity is in full swing. We use water, the cornerstone of our existence, in all aspects of our life. Thanks to it, we clean ourselves, produce our food, cook, refresh when it's hot, and warm up when it's cold. We could list endless uses of water, but have we ever thought deeply about all this? What is this substance? In a secret military laboratory where weapons of mass destruction are made and studied, a meeting is held with many scientists. The subject of the meeting is a new powerful bacteriological weapon they have been working on for years. The research on this weapon, which could be extremely dangerous for humanity, was almost finished. It was a great threat to the world. However, the meeting was abruptly interrupted. All participants were immediately transported to the hospital, showing severe symptoms of food poisoning, and none of them could be saved. After investigation, no precise conclusion could be drawn about what had happened. The participants had only consumed water from a pitcher on the table. The water was examined, but no poison or harmful additive was detected. Yet the reports indicated that they had all been poisoned by the water. What could have happened? We will soon develop our theory about this. Years later, scientific research revealed that water might be a much more complex substance than we had imagined. In light of this research, it was discovered that water is influenced and modified by external factors, emotions, and thoughts. Like a computer, it records information and energy from the outside and performs incredible transformations among its molecules in ways the human mind still cannot understand. According to scientists, these molecular clusters function like memory cells, and water records the entire history of its interaction with the world. The molecules change place like the letters of an alphabet, thus creating a mysterious code. Whatever happened during that meeting, whatever was said, perhaps the water they drank knew all the answers. In 1995, the Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto made a sensation with his scientific works. He studied the changes in water under a microscope after making it listen to different types of music. Here are the reactions of the water to different types of music. But he didn't stop there. By having water read prayers from different religions, the scientist obtained surprising results. We will soon discuss the experiment conducted with Zamzam water and its fascinating results. A question to which science has not yet answered. Why is water the only substance on Earth that exists in all 3 states: liquid, solid, and gas? According to the experiments conducted by the Japanese scientist, the words that have the most positive effects on water and unite its crystals are love and gratitude. If water is indeed influenced by human emotions, positive or negative, it would not be surprising that a person drinking water that has been blessed by a prayer feels improvements in their health or psychological well-being. Water circulates in every part of our body. Even our brain is largely composed of water. This mystery that science has not yet solved, perhaps our ancestors understood it better than we do. Moreover, in a surah of the Quran, it is said, "He sends down upon you water from the sky to purify you, to rid you of the impurity of the devil, to strengthen your hearts, and to steady your steps in battle." Purifying oneself by washing is logical, but how can water purify us from demonic influences, and how can it cleanse our hearts? The answers to these questions are hidden in water. Almost all religions give major importance to water. Tibetan monks believe that healing diseases and the secret of a longer life lie in purifying the impure water within us. The secret to a long life might be found here. Muslims perform ablutions with water before praying. Christians are baptized in water. But is it possible that water affected by the negativities to which it is exposed can fall ill like us? Experiments show that water, after undergoing intensive chemical treatments and filtrations that damage its biological structure, arrives in our homes. However, this water retains the chemicals and violence it has undergone while traveling through kilometers of pipes. In thousands of homes and apartments, water accumulates information and negative energies. When it reaches our homes, it is almost dead, impregnated with hatred, resentment, and stress. There is a very remote and difficult-to-access place in Venezuela. To get there, you have to cross tropical forests for 3 days and climb an 800-meter-high mountain. The water found there has therefore remained pure and intact. Researchers took samples of this water and conducted experiments. They compared Venezuelan water with ordinary drinking water using a special machine. The scientists discovered that Venezuelan water is much more active than ordinary drinking water, not just 3 or 4 times more active, but 40,000 times more active. This type of water has the ability to immediately activate the body and the entire system. Perhaps this is why the local inhabitants, although living far from technology and urbanization, are happier and live longer. They absolutely do not want civilization to reach this place. If we examine our organs such as the heart, lungs, muscles, or brain, we discover through a simple experiment that they all contain water. In this experiment, a doctor takes a blood sample from a patient and examines it under a special microscope, evaluating the physical state of the person. The examination reveals that the red blood cells have lost their electrical charge. As a result, they stick together to form synplast structures. Synplasts are associated with heart and lung diseases and many other potential diseases. Then the patient drinks structured water and a new blood sample is taken. This time the examination shows that the cells are more active and float freely. They are all electrically charged and repel each other. This allows for better oxygen transport. It is incredible that simply drinking water can have this effect. And what about Zamzam water, which fascinates so many people? The Japanese scientists' research on Zamzam water is just as captivating. By having Zamzam water listen to the call to prayer, Adhan, the scientist observed a particular structure. When he made it listen to the sound of a bell, the structure changed. According to reports from the health organization, Zamzam water is one of the healthiest waters in the world, and despite all modern research, its mystery remains unsolved. The fact that this water springs up in the middle of the desert and that its source remains unknown makes things even more intriguing. The Zamzam well, located 80 kilometers from the sea, has a depth of only 1.5 meters. Despite the fact that millions of pilgrims draw water from it during the Hajj season, the water level never drops. Zamzam water, which quenches the hunger and thirst of those who drink it, can only be eliminated from the body through perspiration, as it does not turn into urine. Pilgrims are often warned not to consume only Zamzam water. Tests conducted in the United States have shown that Zamzam water is the only water that contains no bacteria or microorganisms. It has been observed that by adding a single drop of Zamzam water to 100 drops of ordinary water, all the water transforms into Zamzam water. Another interesting experiment on water involves dividing the same water into 2 parts. One is placed in front of a television, and the other is placed out of sight of the television but still near the first part. They measured the reactions of the water exposed to the noise and negative information coming from the television. The results are surprising because both water samples reacted similarly. The 2 samples, although separated, exchanged their energies. This discovery led scientists to wonder if the water present in the human body could be responsible for irrational and violent behaviors during crowd disputes, even without apparent reason. Regarding the miracles where the sea parted for Prophet Musa or where water allowed Prophet Isa to walk on it, these phenomena remain mysterious. Do we, as humanity, give this extraordinary gift the importance it deserves? Around the world, countries with access to the sea dump their industrial and radioactive waste into it, and by disturbing the water cycle, they essentially pollute all drinking water sources. While it might be easy to dismiss the possibility that water has memory, it is clear that understanding it and treating it with care could offer us solutions to many of the problems we face today.